Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, Darius Olenchauskas. Today's the 30th of May 2018. So welcome everyone. So we're going to have a quick look at the markets, what happened with them yesterday, what levels to watch out for today. But before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content of this webinar does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. A very quick reminder of our JFD Brokers research page here, where you can go in and have a look at different analysis that we do on a daily basis. We throw out different trading shoutouts, just technical analysis on their own. Of course, not to forget to mention our daily analysis that we do on every morning. So yeah, guys, I mean, feel free. I mean, you can find something useful here, definitely. So yeah. But for now, let's have a look at the charts. So the first one I want to touch on is the FTSE 100. Now yesterday I was talking about this level here at around this 76.90. We managed to break this one nicely. We closed strongly below it, and of course we moved below this 21 EMA as well. Now of course the momentum is still to the downside, so we're going to be aiming towards these lower levels now. So the next level that we're watching here is this 75.65 area, approximately there. Could be a good level to touch and especially to test. A break below that could send this index a little bit lower here towards the 74.90 mark. Now of course it will touch the 7500 on its way, but the good level of support here is marked by the 74.90, and probably by the time it could get there, it would meet this lower bound of the Bollinger Band as well, so at this level here at around 74.90. But for now, of course, guys, keep an eye on this level first, the 75.65. Let's see if we get a touch or not. If we suddenly get a reversal here back to the upside, well, continue monitoring this area here. I mean, this 76.90. It's still in the game. We could get a nice push here above. If the buying will start to come in, we could get another buying activity here, and then it would continue pushing it higher. Maybe even it could take it towards this level right here at around 77.95. So but for now, of course, the upside is slightly off the table. We're more looking for the downside scenario, and let's see if we get a touch of this 75.65 area. Looking at the DAX, yesterday managed to move here towards this area that I was talking about in my previous videos, the 12,600. So managed to get to that level. We almost had a nice touch of it, probably just a few points away from it, but nevertheless in this area, and we moved back above it, above this 100 EMA and closed above this 100 EMA. Certainly the momentum is still to the downside. We could end up moving here again towards this 12,600. Now if we'll get a break below the 12,600, then keep an eye on this area right here at around the 12,450. Let me just quickly mark that for you guys. So up there we go. So around this area, so keep an eye on this one, but only consider that level if we get a nice break here below the 12,600. On the upside, we would need to see a nice push back above the 12,830 in order to consider hitting the psychological 13,000 again. So, but for now, I mean, judging by this picture, we can see that we are way below the rising channel here. I mean, there is a lot of negativity right now in the markets, especially in the European markets, and yeah, we could see this one, I mean, dropping a little bit lower here. So yeah, keep an eye on this one, guys. Let's quickly have a look at the FTSE MIB, the Italian FTSE MIB, and well, yesterday had another down day. That's understandable. So for now, of course, we can see that I had this area highlighted here, the 21,150 approximately there. So we managed to touch that area, but then reversed quickly back to the upside, and now we're still trading below this key area of support, this 21,470 that I had highlighted here. Certainly, I mean, there is still negativity in this index. I mean, we could end up moving lower here. If we'll start breaking this low, the 21,150, well, we could start considering these lower levels here at around 20,550 approximately here. So this level acted as a good level of support here in May and June last year, so we could end up moving here towards that area again and testing it. But again, I'll repeat myself, for that we would need to see a nice break below the 21,150. If we reverse and we reverse back above this 21,470, keep an eye on this little area right here at around 21,800 approximately there. Could get tested as well if we do get a nice move away higher from the 21,470. Let's quickly look at gold, and gold is well, yesterday we managed to move towards this key area that I keep talking about, the 1307. So managed to move towards that area, almost touched it, but then quickly reversed back down and reversed back down below this downwards moving resistance line here that we've got running since around 11th of April this year. So for now, of course, we're staying cautious on this one because it could pop again to the upside. I mean, if we'll start taking out these this level here, if we'll take out this 1307, keep an eye on these higher levels again. These could come into play again. So, but for now, of course, like I said, be very cautious because this could go either way. A break below this 1290 mark approximately here could send this commodity a little bit lower, maybe even towards this 1280 mark. That could act as the next level of support. So, but for now, let's not over speculate on this one. Let's see what it wants to do with these two levels first. Looking at the US oil, and so WTI is currently trading at around this 66.75 mark approximately. Well, sorry, 66.70 mark approximately there. Of course, there still has some potential to move lower here. We do have this upwards moving trend line here that's running from around August, end of August last year. So could be a nice ground for a test. If this holds, we could maybe reverse back up again for a bit of reversal, but for now, of course, be very careful because, like I said, if the momentum would continue to the downside, I mean, we could end up breaking this upwards moving trend line and moving a little bit lower. Now below that, we do have this nice good level of support at around 6190. So watch out for this, guys. I mean, if we reverse back to the upside, for us to kind of become more bullish on this one, we would need to see a nice good strong break above this this 69.55 mark approximately there. So a nice good move above it could send this commodity a little bit higher again. So for now, observe this area. This is a quite important area to watch. Let's see if it breaks it or not. Okay, let's have a look at euro dollar now. So the euro dollar, well, another selling off day yesterday, and currently we're seeing that this one's balancing around the upwards moving trend line here that's running from around January last year. So of course, the question here is this going to continue to the downside, or did the euro dollar had enough? I mean, is it ready for a bit of retracement back to the upside? For us to kind of become more bullish, let's say, on this one, we would need to see a nice move here above this 116,500 and eventually a break above this downwards moving resistance line. If we do get a break above this downwards moving resistance line, well, we could then aim for higher levels, and we could see that long-awaited retracement. So but for now, stay cautious, because we're still balancing around this 1.15500 mark. Now another break below here, another move below this level, and a move below this upwards moving trend line that I've mentioned just right now. So could move the pair towards this 114,500. Now, to point out the significance of this level here, the 114,500, if we draw the Fibonacci retracement here, so we're gonna take this low here and drag it all the way right here, we can see that this line, this level of 114,500 kind of comes in line with almost comes in line with this 50% retracement on the Fibonacci. So quite a very strong level to watch. I mean, good level to watch. So could be a nice level of support here for this pair. So continue monitoring this, guys, and be very careful with the euro dollar. Looking at the GBP USD now. So the USD GBP continues to push lower, certainly continues to get held here by this downwards moving resistance line. Well, I mean, it's very close here. Certainly, I understand it. I was talking about this one, and I was talking about, because it was very close to this downwards moving resistance line, it could have potentially broken it to the upside. Now, I would probably recommend just to keep on monitoring this one, because it's not like it's not as clear, let's say, like that, because we could end up moving above this trend line, above this downwards moving resistance line, and breaking it and pushing higher. But for now, of course, yeah, if we're gonna just following this this line, I mean, yes, the potential is more to the downside. We could start aiming for this level again, the 132,200 approximately there. If we do get a break below, there are some good levels to watch here underneath. The one of them could be this area right here at around 130.55. Now, certainly that's quite a big path for this pair to make, but nevertheless a good area to watch. We were talking the same, I was talking about the same thing here, but when the pair was still around the 134 mark, I was talking about the 132.20, and well, it was the same story, where I was telling that it's still kind of a big path for this pair to make, to hit that 132.20. But look where it is right now. So that's why I'm gonna say that the 130.55 could be a good potential area of support if we do get another break here below the 132.200. Let's quickly touch on a few dollar pairs where the dollar is the main, the first currency. Yeah, the USD JPY. USD JPY yesterday had a down day as well, and certainly managed to hit the crossroads here between the 50 EMA and the 100 EMA. This area acted as a good level of support, even though it had another level of support here marked, the 107,900. So it was just kind of, well, didn't quite get to that level, but now we're seeing this small reversal here back to the upside. We're breaking this 108,650 level approximately here. The question here is, are we going to stay above this level, or are we going to stay below this level today? Now, if we do get a nice move higher here, watch out for this next area of resistance, the 109,200. Could be a nice, good area of resistance, and slightly above that we do have this upwards moving trend line here that's running from 2012. Now, quite quite an important line, I would say, and we could end up testing that line from underneath. But for that, we would need to see a nice good push away from the area where it is right now, from this key 108,650. Then we would need to see a clear a move above this 109,200, and only then we could probably test this upwards moving trend line, this long-term upwards moving trend line. So on the downside, of course, we do have this good area of support here still, the 107,900. A break below that could send this pair a little bit lower, but we'll probably evaluate this one at that point if it breaks this this level. Okay guys, I will have to wrap it up here. I hope you found this useful. Please join me later on in my trader's tea time today at 13:15 GMT, 14:15 British Summer Time. As always guys, keep an eye on the price action, and thank you very much. Bye bye.